Okay, so welcome everyone. ZecHub sync meeting. Couple of updates for you. Let me quickly check the work. Over the past 2 weeks, we've had a number of significant updates, primarily to the wiki. I might as well mention it now. So the most recent update we've had is to the navbar. You can see it has like this foggy transparency which has been added. We've got some feedback on, firstly, how it looks on different devices. So it's just been done in the past couple of hours. So if you wouldn't mind, the people in the chat, if you could go to zechub.wiki and let us know if the navbar actually fits on your web browser, that'd be helpful. But yeah, design improvements. So the homepage now is a bit more organized. We've moved the Explore Zcash page from being like a whole separate URL to being on the homepage, I guess. Yeah, you stay on the homepage essentially. SpeedFox also added, just like some visual improvements to help navigability of the homepage. Okay, no comments so far.
Looks good on iOS for me on my mobile. So
Okay.
I really like the transparent effect. It's a nice touch. And first thing I'm checking is also the dashboard. It's a lot better on mobile for me. So thank you.
Yep. Mobile works, and following a request, we have removed other networks from the dashboard. So we're not explicitly naming other networks per se, but there is still the option to select shielded networks and head over to our new domain, namada.zechub.wiki, on which we show the governance dashboard and governance proposals, validator information for ZecHub, which we've been through before. And recently we've added the Namada charts, which were previously on the ZecHub dashboard, to this place here. So we expect to do something similar for Penumbra as well. We're also going to be adding another tab here with guides. And we've already completed one guide which was requested by Namada, which is privacy best practices for using Namada. And so, this has already been done as of 2 weeks ago, and we're just waiting to get that in.
I also want to add that real quick, Scroll, the units on the graph for Namada have been fixed before they were off, so they should be more accurate. And one of the trade-offs we had to do was put Namada separate from the others because Namada has billions, and as you add assets into the shielded mask, they're not quite that large in size. So if you add everything to the same graph, it looks funky. So what you're looking at when you go to that is all the shielded assets that have been added to the mask on the Namada network over time. And if you look at Namada, the units are a lot different. And then moving forward, what I'm looking forward to adding is, right, these are all showing you the total supply, but I want to also show the shielded supply, which is separate. Because as you know, you can add, when you add tokens through the mask, that's going to the shielded. But you can also add tokens to the transparent side through IBC. So there is a difference, and we're gonna show the difference visually.
Thanks. Yep. So lots to do on the Namada front, and also Penumbra. We'd like to move forward in getting interviews with some of the developers there, and really, joining the two communities a bit more. More effort needed there. Okay, so I think yeah, we do need there is some feedback from senior dev, I think. We need to add the icons back to the drop down, which we lost. And yeah, I think there was an update to this might have been done last time. I can't remember. And yep, we have ZCool now added to our wallets page. Someone seems very very adamant on keeping my wallet in position number one. Um, yeah, we've got ZCool here now, and I think Annabelle is working on a guide for how to set up multi-sig using ZCool.
Yeah, Zico is
Uh,
pretty interesting because it's actually being updated more than Y Wallet. So if you're a fan of Han's work, I would look into Zico.
so yeah, we also got a new guide in, I think from Kelly. He created a guide for the MetaMask Snap, but um, an issue that has plagued us for many months. Um, our markdown parsing doesn't allow us to see it at the moment. But finally, we're working on fixing the markdown parsing. So we're getting to a stage where the wiki is looking good, and we'll soon be able to actually access all of the guides which are on it. A member of the Zcash community, Jenkin, you may know him. He may be familiar to you if you're on Twitter. Um, he's like an actual dev engineer, and he's helping us add drop downs to the homepage. Yeah, Tron, that doesn't look too good. Sorry. Yeah, ZCool is so confusing. Yeah, so other work that has been going on, I recorded a. In fact, before we get to the team stuff, um, one of the tasks has been to. In fact, this was a suggestion that she made herself. Jay said, "I want to do research. I'm interested in tracking early on-chain activity and social signals and producing some research on it." So over the past 2 weeks, I've been helping her. I think this is the old version. Let me get the new one. Yes, this is the new one. So she did a really good job. Um, she's pulled in. She's got references. She's added some charts to it. I it's better that you guys read it when it's fully published. I'm going to make some light edits, and maybe we can have this sent out via Substack, or if she wants to post it to her own Medium, she could do that. But this is good to see, like people looking at shielded transaction growth, public sentiment, good stuff. Basically, she's even contacted the admin of the Zcash community forum and attained some figures from the from Sean. Yeah, also GitHub commits. Like this is really in-depth stuff, and I'm happy to see people in the community willing to go to this level of detail.
Squirrel, are we putting this in the GitHub as like an MD file, or what's the plan again?
Yeah, she's already made a pull request with the document. I think it does need to be edited to actually include images. But yeah, we'll merge it to our research section.
That's great. Yeah, I'm excited to get that out. That's wonderful.
Yeah, here we are. So I think, where's it going?
Dan had a good idea. Maybe making it an X article on the ZecHub handle.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I just need to go through it uh quickly and make it perfect. Happy with it though. Some other. Oh no, Els, what's happening? So Els has also written an article. The blockchain quadrilemma: privacy, the fourth axis. Um, this is much more of a high level overview um, of where where privacy fits in Web3 and blockchain more generally. Um, I don't know. Perhaps Els, it's better if you kind of explain your article and maybe the process of your research. How you, yeah,
All right. Hi everyone. So I guess I've been considering the fact that privacy ought to be something really important, other than an afterthought in when it comes to the entire blockchain tech, as it were. Um, we really are focused on, the blockchain trilemma, as Vitalik puts it, like decentralization, security, scalability. And I think that that's what everybody thinks matters, right? But the most important thing, which is privacy, has been for me like, it looks like an afterthought. It feels like an afterthought for most builders on chain. And having to see that there's a whole aspect of there's a whole aspect, like the entire ZK, that is mostly really concerned about privacy, mostly is just now gaining as much traction as the other aspects of blockchain and all. And I just thought about it, that like it's supposed to be something that we should privacy should not come after. It should be included as a base in whatever it is our building on chain. Because you know the entire cryptography blockchain world came as some sort of freedom for us, right? From the usual control, from governments and whatever. But that came with, some level of, okay, transparency, openness, and we kind of um threw privacy to the background, right? And now seeing that, like, we need to look for how to like bring that back. And yeah, it's like some chains try to include privacy after they've balanced every other thing, right? They've balanced their scalability, they're sure about decentralization and whatnot. It's not like there's anyone that's even finally achieved all four of them, but privacy is usually like the last thing on everybody's minds. But it should be like on the forefront. It should be part of you know the axis that builders should be concerned about. So that's what actually prompted me to research about this, and come up with this article. And it was quite an interesting research, like reading all about ZK and knowing how far privacy has gone. It's just been, it was incredible, it was interesting. So yeah, thank you.
nice. Yeah, I'm glad you found it interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
and
share it.
sorry.
That's awesome. I just want to say, I just had a quick question too. What was your favorite part? Like, what was your most surprising thing that you learned?
Okay. Um, I think that would be the fact that tech, like ZK that Zcash is pioneering has been in existence all this while, and we are just now really, really talking about it. I was actually shocked that Zcash has been in existence since 2016. And I mean, for someone that has been in this space for a very long time, I only heard about it about 4 years ago. And I'm like, okay, so it's been existing all this while. And then I'm looking at the fact that why is it not the talk of the entire space? Like, we get to hear so much about Bitcoin, we get to hear so much about Ethereum, we get to hear so much about Solana, even small, I'm not going to call them small blockchains, but like we hear Sui, we hear like really, I just feel like, yeah, like I was just surprised that we've been here for this long, and you know, I'm just now discovering it. Basically.
That's really interesting. Thanks for sharing. And I share your sentiment. I wish more people cared about the technology and less about the price, but it is what it is. And I just want to thank you again for the research. This is great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Um, I recommended if you did want to do further research, there's already a lot which you've written in here that you could get into more detail on, like um, how Zcash actually makes Aztec and Alio and Mina possible, and how it's actually going to solve this quadrilemma with Tachyon and a bunch of other cool stuff. But yeah, let me know if you need help or um, research advice with any of your next articles or projects.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Great. So yeah, I think everyone's been super busy. ZecHub contributors. Tron fixed the Namada charts layout, which we just went through, and we're actually looking for this to be the first Namada bounty that we pay out. I still do need to get the proposal through to the DAO, and that is still going to take 5 days. But this will be the first Namada bounty. Congrats, John. Um, add listings to the Dex page. So yes, this is another thing. From the homepage, if you go to exchanges, now it goes straight to the Dex page. We've got Leo Dex listed here. I think someone is already adding Asgard Dex. Was that you, Kelly? I can't remember. Um,
Yeah, I believe.
yeah, someone's adding Asgard X. I need to check. But I think the buttons still need to be kind of fixed so that the navigation makes sense. Right. So yeah, we added Zcall to the Zcash wallet. We've got the MetaMask Snap Guide, BTC Pay Server. That was you, Kelly. I think we might be able to post that tomorrow. Coin holder poll poster design that was recently posted, removing the Namada components. And yeah, a lot of tasks happening now.
Squirrel, can I ask you a question on the operations side? It feels like the changes we've made in terms of how tasks are created, it feels like it's running smoother. Would you agree? Disagree?
I would agree. Yeah, because I think there are two aspects. One is previously, if a task was assigned to someone and it was just never completed within like 2 weeks, and then we just had to start again, it was rough. But now, if we have 4 people assigned to a task, there's a good chance it's going to get completed. The rough side of that is some people may start on a task and put their time into it, and someone else takes the bounty. I've tried to be as fair as possible with assessing, especially on the newsletter. Like, I do really um, like check the level of effort that's gone into it.
Well, the
And
silver
yeah,
the silver lining with that particular point is that if you're not selected, you at least have a reference of what was selected so that you can up your game. Right? There is feedback there.
true. And there are other tasks. Like many people, I'm really surprised and encouraged by the number of suggestions that people are making. They're going onto the wiki, they're finding issues, they're making suggestions. In some cases, they're just like putting the PR through and saying, I've done this. And yeah, this is how it was originally meant to function.
That's great. Love to see it.
Yeah. So on to team member stuff. Disman, do you want to shoot stuff you've been up to?
Yeah. So I'm continuing my support level on the Namada Discord. I'm also helping manage the Namada task in particular on the bounty side. I've been working with Senior Dev and Tron in particular, so shout out to those guys. Thank you. I'm also preparing to help with the upcoming Shielded Vote. I will be running a server as a voting authority. As recently as today, I purchased a new server that I'm going to use for that using BTP pay server with Zcash. So that was cool to use. That was the first time I've used it personally, and it was a smooth experience. So a shout out to everyone that made that particular thing possible. I know Elite Bytes was a part of that, and uh, Arcor also made a really good guide in the wiki. But I just think it's great that we're already seeing benefits from that publicly and behind the scenes. And so anyway, in terms of the vote, if you haven't already, make sure you have the ZEC that you want to use for the vote in the shielded pool in a wallet that it has a seed phrase that once the cutoff ends, you're going to want to send that ZEC out of it because you're going to submit the seed phrase. I'd like to see more participation in shielded voting. I think it's powerful. So yeah, on that front, that's what I've been working on. And then we released some of the Light Wallet D demos and also the Zenith RPC server. If you haven't had a chance, those are in the YouTube and also released on Blue Sky and Mastodon. By the way, if anyone is interested in joining the Mastodon server, let me know. I have it set to invite only for now, but anyone that's participating in these calls will definitely get an invite if you want it. And I think that's most. Oh, I fixed in the forums, there was some discussion on ZEC usage, and it came up that on our KPIs that we track on the transparent pool, we weren't taking into effect the Coinbases as transactions. So I isolated those and separated it. So moving forward, the number of transactions that were Coinbase transactions will be separate, so you can get a real feel for how many transparent transactions are from real users and not just from the protocol producing blocks for the inflation of ZEC. So I'll put it in both the raw number and a percentage. Just as a a preview, I ran a week worth of transactions, and the rate was around 60% on the transparent side. So yeah,
And that's
there's
of
another.
transparent transactions.
Yeah, of transparent transactions. So basically, you subtract the number of transparent from that, and that's the number of transactions that are actually being used by people or exchanges or whatever, but that are not related to Coinbase inflation.
Yeah. This is essentially what I was trying to get out on Friday, which is that we should, like, ultimately it's people's choice what they spend their money on and how they spend their money, but we should really promote the idea of Zcash being used for payments. That's what it's really good at, private payments. um and so, yeah, part of that is getting people using those payment processors that now can accept shielded payments. Part of it is, promoting useful services. NIM is a really good option. Just today, Maddie used my NIM box to buy a server. You can do useful things with Zcash, and it's not just an investment.
Yeah, and then just another point to that, Squirrel, to add on to it. The shielded pool going up in size is a reflection of self-custodied ZEC. That, because to my knowledge, no exchanges use a or have deposits for shielded ZEC. So it's really a reflection of how many people are self-custodying their ZEC, and it should be private because when you are your own bank, you want it to be private. So it
Yeah,
makes perfect sense.
agreed. Yeah, Vito, any updates from your end?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, they're sending a message, but we try to be very quickly because I'm in an urgent call right now. Yeah, the last 2 weeks I had been covering the Albers calls, shorts, and articles, plus more articles related to Substack and the Free to Z. There are a couple of Discord updates that I made, including like in the runes, in the first page when you're when a new user. Also kept the server updated on announcements. I had been working on the Zingle thing that we posted today with the shorts. Um, the last week we posted the Dismat tutorials about the Zenith and the ZBRD um, thing that like took me some days of post production, and I also kept the social media updated. I included Blue Sky and which is the other one, Mastodon and Twitter. And right now, we're gonna finish the NIN and Zcash integration tutorial that we are like I'm putting some attention on the production. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Yeah, I think this surmises everything we've been up to. Any questions or feedback or stuff that anyone wants to add?
And we had
All
made
right.
some progress with the shapeshift integration. So
Oh yeah, shapeshift.
yeah, we made big progress on that, and probably I would say that we're gonna see something following about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm even now looking at a draft for Zcash shielded news about to go out. Yeah, Zcash shielded news almost out. Yeah, we put out a 0 to 0 knowledge article on payment processes. And yeah, we have a tutorial recorded for Brave shielded memos, which we're yet to post. So more on the way.
There's also this thing that's on the list. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we also have it's in the back burner, but there is another Namada tutorial that we have saved for a rainy day. And all three of us have also been planning the upcoming hackathon, which I believe will be starting soon.
Yes. I wanted to mention that. So we've been in communication with folks from the NEAR Foundation and Jason from Shielded Labs. We've been trying to get like some partnership collaboration going towards the hackathon. At this stage, I think we've had somewhat of a delay already, and it wouldn't be too much of a drawback if we just proceeded with a purely Zcash hackathon. Of course, we'll still encourage people to use near and shade agents where possible. It'd always make your project that much cooler and probably that much more likely to win first prize. So, yeah, we're still moving ahead with the hackathon. Expect to hear news on that fairly soon. I think Croy is working on some promotional material for it, and I forgot to mention Croy's also been creating the DYK series posters. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Um, any comments from the community? Ericsson, nice to see you.
No, no.
Oh yeah, sorry, one more thing. Okay, so can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Governance, how to, yeah, this is another thing that was added recently, is this lovely page created by Tron, which shows you step by step how to make a proposal to the DAO. There's some things that we may need to fix, such as
Where's
yeah,
that
I'm like
link on the page though, Scroll? I couldn't find where it links on the homepage.
it doesn't link on the homepage, but it will link in the DAO page and maybe in the contribute section.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think it definitely at least in the DAO page.
So yeah, it gives you exactly what's needed: background, why, proposal, action. Maybe a bit more detail could be added here, and a correction to the days. Yeah, I think it says 3 days, but now it's 5 days. Other than that, great job, Tron. Thank you for this. Something else which I don't think we've shown yet is the Arbriscal page that he created. And this is, yeah, like a nice representation which shows the notes, the videos, Twitter links to the summaries, something cool on the wiki.
That's awesome.
Yes, and as well, Vito's posting in the chat. If you haven't seen already, we've shared the Zingo interview with Oscar Pepper and Hazel. So please take like 5 seconds to give it a like and share it. It does help support Zcash and Zingo as well.
Yeah, by the way, talking about support, Edison just sent me a message about the survey that they posted. It would be lovely if you guys, provide your feedback about Zingo. I'll be posting on announcement, but also I will paste in, on this chat. So go there and send your feedbacks about, what they're doing, what you would like to see, and stuff like that.
Nice. I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna be honest. I'll do it just now. Thank you, Edison. Awesome. So, yeah, I guess we've got a couple more minutes to hang out together. Or any ideas that you guys have, give me a shout.
Yeah.
I'll just mention it. Mention again. For the hackathon, one idea I'll throw it out there for folks who may be interested is EduZec is not quite complete yet, and the missing components are exactly what needs to be built. So if that's something that you think you might want to take on for the hackathon, I would highly recommend checking that out. That's a very good opportunity, and it might just be a winner depending on what is created. So I thought of that this morning, and I was like, it can kill two birds with one stone because we need to get this complete, and it'll allow potential devs to show their stuff. So that's a win-win, and I like that.
Yeah, it's a very simple, basic app. It just has pages. I think there are about 12 pages where you click through sequentially. You learn about Zcash stuff. I think on 2 or 3 of the pages, there is some Zcash functionality needed. So one of them is you enter your unified address and it displays the different receivers. The next one is you send a memo and it will display the memo that you've sent on screen. So this is fairly basic stuff that you could do with Zingo CLI, and yeah, it's a good hackathon project if you're interested. Okay. Ah, that's what that was.
Love the X Files. I love the X Files.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Very nice.
Same.
I did extra one.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
I know that one. All right, so Interstellar.
You guys got to add the Dumb and Dumber. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world, and then the noise.
EduZec was a ZecHub design sub-DAO project, or is, and it was meant to be a standalone app where you go there and you learn about like what Zcash is, Zcash wallets that you can download and use, and it's meant to be like an interactive thing. So most of I think some of it needs to be updated with like new wallets, like Brave and MetaMask and Zcash. But yeah, an interactive app that you can use to learn about Zcash. And yeah, it's like 12 pages long. It's not on Android. It's like a web app where you'd go onto a website and click through. Yep, take a look at the repo. Let me know if you've got questions about it. I think the ZEC, which was allocated for this project, is still available.
Yeah, y'all. That's a bonus.
Yeah, I think it's like something 20 or 30 ZEC, which is still to grab for this app. Okay. Yeah, I don't have much else to add. All right. So thanks everyone for joining. It's pretty late. I will see DAO members tomorrow for the Treasury report.
I will be there. Thanks for everyone for coming in, and I'll see you around.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Guys.